This year, Zimbabwe plans to grow wheat on 120,000 hectares of land, from which it will yield enough crop to meet an annual demand of 270,000 tons and leave a healthy surplus. But it may struggle to achieve the target due to a shortage of finance to support growers.
If one was to analyze the available funding for the wheat crop, and one was to assume that all of the funding that was available from the banking system was to be used for primary production, then we would probably only have funding for maybe half of the targeted hectarage.
The central bank has maintained a tight monetary policy, restricting the supply of the local currency to contain inflation and preserve the value of the ZiG.
But the stability has a cost.
It's a very difficult balancing act when you want to pursue a tight monetary policy, but at the same time also pursue development. You need to finance the development, and you need to then there's need for liquidity in order for you to do that. So that's quite a challenge, especially if you are looking at growing agriculture. Therefore, the farmer is left out in the cold. And normally they respond by just reducing the hectarage because now they are resorting to self-financing.
Liquidity isn't the only factor that could affect the wheat crop. Dam levels in the main wheat growing areas are lower than they were at the same time last year.
So obviously there's going to be less wheat grown because farmers either don't have the water, or what water they have made a decision to retain, either to do a shorter winter crop, like beans, for example, or they're deciding to keep that water in order to get their summer crops established at the end of the winter.
Electricity shortages could also disrupt irrigation. Zimbabwe has established wheat as a strategic crop to underpin food security and has progressively expanded its hectarage through increased funding from the private sector. Farai Mwakutuya, CGTN, Harare, Zimbabwe.